Well, week 17 of 40, marching along. Let's get to the recap. Well, we got another week in the books. Kind of a cold weather week, but overall it was pretty productive. So let's go ahead and get to the week recap. On distances, we had a swim total of 4,700 yards, a bike of 70.5 miles, and a run of 12.3 miles for a total active work time of 7 hours and 4 minutes. That's coincidentally the exact same time that I had last week in active work. Kind of weird because the distances were different. So anyways, conditions during the week. Fairly dry weather week, a little bit rainy a couple times, but more than anything, it was just a cold week. Between the cold and the short days, most of my sessions ended up indoors, which I'm not, it is winter time. It's just kind of the way it goes, but not really used to that, so I'm having to acclimate. Started the week with a recovery run, a 4.5 mile recovery run with Evan. Evan and Lauren were in town for the weekend, and so we had a good run. Lauren ended up, I can't remember what she was doing, studying for an exam or something. So that run was pretty chilly. Tried to rain on us, sprinkle on us a little bit, but mainly it was just chilly. It did help the heart rate and the pace. Recovery run, so I was not pushing at all. Did a midweek bike on the trainer. Again, it gets dark and I have no choice. On that session, we did a high RPM workout. Kept the cadence really high. Yeah, I say high. 5, 6, 7 RPMs higher than my normal. Indoor RPMs is pretty much what I run outside of outdoors, which is around 95 RPM. But on the trainer with a lighter gear, it just feels weird. It's kind of strange. Kind of wore me out, actually. Burned the legs pretty good. It's really primarily for muscle memory. Just trying to get that I don't have trouble at all with my RPMs, but a lot of people do, and it's just a good practice to test that every once in a while. So and then on Thursday on my long run, due to a church meeting that I had that evening, I snuck out of the office a little early and went to the Y and got my long run in on the treadmill, and it was just, I'm telling you, it's a beat down. That was the first treadmill of the season for me, a 7.5 mile run, and I'm telling you, by the end of that, I was drenched and my feet hurt. My hip flexors were just killing me, and I'm not really sure what caused that. I always blame it because I hate the treadmill. I blame it on that relative to paving, an unstable platform. Those are pretty good treadmill machines over at the Y, but it's just different. And so I think you've got stabilizing muscles and tissues that are and core that are having to work differently than when you're running on paving. And I don't know what else to blame it on, but I'm just telling you, they were shredded at the end. And I think you can't ever tell on that pace. So I was trying to do it based on my heart rate that I was keeping on my watch. And my pace, I think, ended up being a little faster than I would have run on the road. And that also probably contributed to the tightened up hip flexor. So I don't know, but I'm not looking forward to a treadmill. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to stay outside, running on that waterway that is well lit. I think is going to be the answer. And then Saturday, I had a good long ride. Weather was great, except for the headwind that I had on the way home. I did an out and back. First time my long rides that I did the old Ironman course going north into the national forest, which is just a beautiful ride. I don't know why I hadn't started doing that sooner, but weather was great on the way out. I had a good tailwind. I didn't know I did until I turned around and came home. But even so, it was just a great ride. The weather was perfect. So, and got off the bike. It was a 50-mile ride. Got off the bike really feeling good. So very pleased with that ride. So that was the week. Injury update. Shoulder continues to be, a problem, but mainly it's after that kickboard workout, and I've got a lot of kickboard to do. I think it's this shoulder. I think when I'm extending and holding that kickboard, it just puts pressure, like it's hyperextending some of those muscles, and I really do think it's this front area in the shoulder, and I don't know, man. After that, and then I got to go swim another 400 or something. I can really feel it, so I don't know what to do about it. I do stretch pretty well before, and I think I'm gonna have to start doing some stretching afterwards to kind of cool it down without exacerbating that problem. I don't know. I'm gonna have to continue to nurse it. I mentioned my toe, pinky toe on my right foot. It's still bothering me. So I came up with a little, from Walgreens, a little cushion. So I think it's like a bunion cushion. It's got a hole in the center of it. It's got adhesive on one side. I've been putting that on that outside of my toe to give it some space so it won't rub the shoe. And it actually has been working okay. It does take the pressure off, and it'll last, the length of the run without coming off. I don't know how, but so I'm going to keep doing that. Maybe give it a little rest. My goal is to just give it enough rest to heal from whatever is the issue, if it will heal. I don't plan to race with that. That's not going to work. But worst case scenario, it numbs out after a mile or two, and then I'm home free anyway. So it's just not that big a deal. But if I can heal it up by taking that pressure off, I'm going to give it a shot. That's about it. Overall, week 17 was a good week. So we're in the holiday season. Next week is Thanksgiving week. So week is a little bit screwed up. But, so we're going to be on the road Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday, all day Thursday, we'll be in the hill country, and then come back Friday, get here Friday afternoon or so. I'm going to get my Wednesday workout in before we leave, so it's really Thursday and Friday that I'll be missing. And I made a pact with myself and my bride that I'm just not going to get stressed over missing a workout when it comes to family events, holidays. So I'm going to just lay it down and call those rest days, get back in time for a long ride on Saturday, and just get back in the saddle. And physically, it will be no worse for the wear. Psychologically is the challenge, of missing workouts and feeling like you failed. And so, I think I'm past most of that. But I know what's important, and we talked the other day about balancing workout and family time, and this is one of them. It's kind of where the rubber meets the road for me. So I'm going to lay down the workouts and enjoy my family time, and then get back in it Saturday. So that's the game plan. Good week 17. Looking forward to week 18 and motoring on to the halfway point. So stick with me, and we will see you next week.
I'm riding up here in the old stopping grounds. This is the old Ironman course they no longer do, which is a real shame. Because you're in the national forest for quite a bit. really peaceful and relatively low traffic. Although there are some hillbillies that fly up and down here and test your metal, you know. By the way, experimenting with some real food, people food. I think they're called Australian bites or something like that. She got it at Costco, my wife. They're really good. Not too sweet. Something you can actually eat instead of gels that slide down your throat. I think they're like 70 or 90 calories a piece. You know, it's not a bunch, but it sure does break up the monotony of gel. I wanted to show you what I do on my rides. This is my setup. You can see it. It's a felt B2, the recent addition of the carbons. Makes it look nice anyways. So have 4 spots for water. This is my bag's a little cockeyed. I have a little bag here for that normally it's set up for up on the front of your tube, but I put it in the back. Have my salt pills in there, a little bit of money, some other things, and then I made rigged a little. This is my flask of gel, and I did this back in Ironman days, back in 2013. I bought some plexiglass and cut it to fit. Made some notches, zip tied it, put some Velcro on there, and then I put some Velcro on this flask. You got to clean it good to make sure that it sticks. And I used that on Ironman back in 2014. It worked like a champ. And I just lost my original flask from 2013 just last week. Came off. I don't know. You know, I think what happened was that Velcro just got so worn that it just wasn't grabbing anymore. Man, I lost it. That was kind of a sentimental thing to me. I don't think I'd ever cleaned it the whole time. I just kept adding gel for 5 years. So I wonder I didn't get botulism or something, but it's a testament to the goo product, okay? Thumbs up on goo. So I had to replace it, but it should be good to go for the next 5 years. And it works like a charm. So anyways, these are my electrolytes. I use that Gatorade Endurance. And then my water. I take about 6 ounces of electrolytes on the 20-minute mark. And then when I get to the 30-minute mark, I take gel and wash it down with water. Then on the 50-minute mark, I just repeat 60-minute, a gel, salt pill, water, and then some real food, which is what I just took, those little bites. So that's kind of my program for 6.5 hours on the bike race day. I'm gonna experiment with some salty, like maybe some pretzels, to break that up mid-ride or just whenever, and see if that helps any. Because I tell you, after 6 hours of gels, it gets really old. Anyways, all right, so I'm gonna do a turnaround and head back to the casa and get cleaned up for football. This will wrap up week 17.
So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember that we're doing these workouts and we're training for Ironman to raise funds for Tying Vines and their work in Lebanon with Syrian refugees. So be sure and check out my other videos if you want to learn more about our fundraiser through Ironman Foundation. And you can go to the link in the description below for my donate page, my web page where the donate button is. Love for you to click that donate button. We're trying to raise funds and help these folks. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up if you would. And certainly you can subscribe to watch my other videos. And we have tips and topics about Ironman and triathlon. So love to have you. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter to keep up with workouts, but also keep up with updates on our fundraiser and Tying Vines and what they're doing in Lebanon. So appreciate it. Have any comments? Love to hear from you. Leave them in the comment section below, and we will see you next week.